Yo, y'all know what time it is. NCOPD Live, Wednesday nights, prime time. We in the building. TPSGL is ready to go. I want all the smoke. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of NCOPD Live, hosted by yours truly, Staff Sergeant Hicks, hashtag the Professional SGL, coming at you live from Beaumont, Texas. Listen, before we get started with tonight's special guest, listen, we got a couple of shout outs. Yes. Hey, so one shout out, I got a co-worker here, my battle buddy, Sergeant First Class Davis. His son, Jalen Davis, has enlisted into the United States Army. He did his swearing in last weekend. He's selected the MOS of 92 Golf, and he's also going airborne. So definitely want to shout out Jalen, let him know, like, hey man, we're proud that you chose to be a part of the winning team. And I'm pretty sure, man, hey, your dad is going to keep you very well squared away as he gets and starts on his journey to becoming a United States soldier. So definitely want to shout out Jalen. So if you're on here, listen, just go ahead and hashtag Jalen. Definitely giving him a shout out. Also, hey, my battle buddy, 88 Mike Drill Sergeant Tanisha Johnson just had it. Finished her final cycle as a drill sergeant. Listen, man, this individual, I remember I met her online. She followed the page before she came to AOC, and when she came to AOC, 88 Mike, I got a chance to meet her and sit and talk with her during the dining out. Awesome professional, awesome leader. Fort Campbell, her next follow-on assignment. Guess what? Fort Campbell, y'all got a jewel coming to you. So definitely want to shout out Drill Sergeant Tanisha Johnson. Let her know, hey, the TPSGL is proud of you, man. You're doing great things out there. And we will post her. She did a video of her final cadence. I believe these were some new recruits that just got there, so they may not have sounded motivated like other platoons that she previously had, but she did a final cadence video. We will post that video on the page after tonight. So definitely gonna shout out Drill Sergeant Tanisha Johnson. So show her some love as well. Then also, hey, check this out, Saturday Morning Sizzler. Before we even talk about Saturday, we got a new addition to the family. I call him Little Sizzler. So our very own Coach K had the baby. I don't know. Don't make me quote today because I know I'm wrong, but I do know his name is Taj. So definitely want to shout out Coach K and the new addition in her family. Man, look, when she sent us the Saturday Morning Sizzler team the pictures, man, it was like, oh man, it just made me feel like, oh, but I don't want no more kids. Yeah. So definitely got to shout out Coach K for her addition. And then there was another admin note. Listen, Sergeant First Class Bennett, I owe her a shout out, man. Listen, so about a year ago, she competed to go to the Sergeant Artie Murphy's board, and she missed it by half a point. And I want to post this video as well sometime here tonight. That it's a very inspiring video. She said she was going to come back. She was going to go harder, go stronger. And guess what? She was selected and inducted. I think her ceremony is coming here soon, but she was definitely selected to be a part of the Sergeant Artie Murphy's club. So definitely want to give a shout out to Sergeant First Class Bennett. And then lastly, listen, so I have to apologize to those individuals that request the TPSGL to get on MS Teams or Zoom or here on StreamYard to talk to your soldiers or your leaders or whatever. Next week, I will not take. I've instructed my admin assistant to not schedule me for any MS Teams meetings for next week. Next week's going to be a busy week. So some of these MS Teams meetings and things I got to do, I got to get up in the middle of the night. So I'm going to need all sleep, all hands on deck. So I need to apologize to y'all just for next week. As of now, I will not be doing any professional developments with any units that request through the NCOPD Live at Gmail inbox. So forgive me for that, but I got some things going on I need to make sure I take care of and get my rest. Also, listen, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We're all out there. So make sure you go over there and make sure you hit that like and subscribe to those following pages. You can catch all of our content and our videos on podcasts and even on YouTube. So tonight's guest, listen, we're doing something tonight that we have never done before. And I'm super excited about this young man. So I got a chance to interview his dad. You all may know his dad is Sergeant First Class David Sanders. Got a chance to interview him. And I was watching some of Sergeant Sanders' videos, and I was just amazed at his son. So, of course, being with social media, you got to make sure you get parents' permission. So I asked him, I said, hey, man, would you let me interview your son? So JASIAH, he's 7 years old. We have never had a young man like this on the platform before. And I am super excited to have him on the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcome to the stage, the one and only JASIAH Sanders. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Okay, good. So, hey, man, so how was your day today? How was school?
School was good.
It was pretty good?
It
okay.
Was.
Okay, so I want to ask you something. So, like, what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is reading because I love to read.
You love to read? Okay. So what is it about reading that you love to read?
Well, the first thing I love about reading is that I get to know new facts from books instead of learning it from videos all the time.
Okay. So I want to tell you something. So, you're making history today because no kid has ever been on NCOPD Live. So, like, you're the first kid to ever be on this page. So how did that make you feel? You're the first person to ever do something on NCOPD Live.
That makes me feel good, actually.
Okay. Now, did you get a chance to tell your family and your friends that you're going to be on here tonight and that you're going to be talking about some topics and everything like that?
Well, I didn't, but I will be able soon to tell them I was on an interview.
Okay. All right. Great. So, man, before we even get started with tonight's questions, I learned something about you the other day when I talked to your dad, and I want to ask you about this. So I understand that you do affirmations. I can, I will, I'm going to. Like, what made you start that?
Well, my dad was showing me how to use a calendar. Then he said I was going to put in affirmations and I'd have to read them every day.
Okay. And so I understand you do this in the morning times and at nighttime before you go to bed, right?
I do the boxing videos before I go to bed, but I do the 2 seconds before the boxing videos.
Okay, because I'm going to ask you about that too, because I saw some videos of you and your dad doing some boxing lessons. So I'm going to ask you about that here in a second. But so I want to say this, like you're a pretty unique kid. So being the kid of a soldier, how does that make you feel? Like, what is the best thing about being a kid of a soldier to you?
Well, the best thing about being the kid of a soldier is like you actually really get to honor them in what they did.
Okay.
Because they really actually saved your lives, even from when you were a baby, because my dad actually was in a real war.
Okay. So if I had to ask you one thing that you love about your dad the most, what would that be?
The one thing I would say that I love about my dad is I love that he actually puts discipline.
Okay.
He teaches me leadership. He teaches me discipline.
Okay. So your dad is teaching you. So do you know Auntie Faye, Aunt Faye Jones?
I do.
She's saying she's a proud auntie here. We're very proud of him as well, man. We're very proud of him as well. So your dad teaches you leadership at an early age. And most children nowadays, they don't get a chance to learn about leadership at this early of an age. So I want you to tell me in your own words, what do you think are how is learning about leadership now helping you as a kid at your age?
It's helping me learn what it's helping me learn how to be a leader, how to like do the right thing when my little cousins are around because they're around a lot and no one else is there, so I have to like tell them what to do.
Okay. So you know what? That brings me to one question I'm going to ask you, because tonight we're going to talk about being an example. And like you just said, like when your cousins come around, your dad has taught you how to be a leader, and you said something about being an example. And as leaders, we realize that we have to make sure that we set the right example, right? So I would like for you to talk to us in your own words of how do you think leaders should be able to set the right example and not the wrong example?
Well, leaders would know how to set the right example because they wouldn't do that. They like there was another leader that taught them that
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Okay.
And when they taught them that stuff, they were being leaders.
Okay.
And then they taught them how to be a leader. So
Yeah.
they could be a leader to those people after that person moved on.
Okay. Do you believe as a leader setting the right example is important or not important?
I feel like it is important because if you're putting the wrong example all the time, they're gonna be like bad people. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
start smoking and do all that when they're grown.
Mm-hmm. So you think setting a good example is very important? Yes.
I do because when you set the yes sir when because when you set the good example, it just makes everything better. It stops the smoking, stops the air pollution, stops people from destroying animals' homes.
Mm-hmm.
Stops that.
Okay. Wow. Listen, man. Like I'm blown away by this because I'm listening to how you talk. And like I remember one time you and I talked on camera, and you were talking about like how things are going on in the world right now. Like you felt like there was no love and no harmony. So from a kid's perspective, how would you like to see our world be by the time you become an adult?
Well, if I saw all this bad stuff happening, of course I would want to make it stop. But I have nothing to do about it. I'm not the president or something.
But you know what I think, Josiah? I think you're making a difference now. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there are so many adults that are watching this broadcast right now. And sometimes we as adults, we can be so busy and moving so much that we fail to hear from a kid's perspective. So by you being a 7-year-old kid coming onto a major platform like this and talking about, the bad things that are going on in the world, and how if you could do something about it, that you would want to stop it, like that's a positive right there. So believe it or not, you're really doing something about it now, because you're impressing a lot of people that are watching right now. So if it was one thing you could change in today's world, if it was one thing, what would you change?
I would change air pollution.
You would change who?
Air pollution?
Air pollution?
Air pollution.
Okay.
Yes, sir, because air pollution is like the worst thing happening right now.
So you mean to tell me the one thing you would change at your age right now is air pollution? It wouldn't be like you get more recess time or you get more time on the game. Like you wouldn't change none of that. The one thing you would change right now is air pollution.
Because air pollution is killing the animals more than animals losing their homes.
Wow. Okay, so I got a question for you. So you say you would change air pollution. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'd change air pollution
So
because, air pollution is a gas that kills animals. Because gas kills animals really bad. Then, if we keep on doing air pollution, it suddenly kills humans.
So not only does it kill animals, but you also believe that air pollution, it can kill humans as well, which is true.
Because if all the animals are wiped out, and you would have nothing to make more food with, and then eventually you'll stop and then die.
Listen, are y'all listening to this? Like, I asked a 7-year-old kid if he could change anything right now at his age. He didn't say anything about games. He didn't say anything about extra recess time. He said that he would change air pollution. So if you're watching this, I want everybody to hashtag air pollution. So Josiah, my next question to you is, so I seen your dad doing some boxing videos with you. So you're learning how to box?
I am. Well, I'm learning how to box so I can be a ninja because I really want to be a ninja.
Okay. So you have a lot of goals in life. Like you want to change air pollution, you want to learn how to box, and some other things that you and I talked about. One of the things I want to get your perspective on as far as a kid is to do this, to like stop air pollution and make sure like we go out and we save the animals, like that's going to cause for some confidence. So at 7 years old, how confident are you that you can make a change when you get older to stop air pollution?
Well, if I was able to stop air pollution when I get older, I'd also tell the people who are smoking to stop freaking smoking. It kills animals, and then it's gonna wipe out them. Because it's also bad for their lungs, and they'll starve to death.
Wow, that is very powerful, man. So listen, it's a couple other things I want to talk to you about tonight. I want to get your ideas and your thoughts on as far as like an example, because I missed this one. As far as like being an example in school around your friends, what are some things that you do to be an example around your classmates and your friends, not just family, but like when you're in school before COVID, if you're not back in school, but like what were some of the things that Josiah would do to show that he was trying to be a good example for his classmates?
Well, first thing was I actually had someone who was older than me got bullied by his best friend. So then someone knew too, so they took his shoe. But I also told Zayden that he wasn't gonna be afraid if he kept on bullying, because I don't like that stuff.
Oh, so you don't like bullying?
I don't. I don't like a lot of things in the world, but it's just life.
Well, let me ask you this. So what's wrong with being a bully?
What's wrong with being a bully is if you're being a bully, you're not really doing the right thing. Because if you're being a bully, you're being mean. And I don't like that being a mean part.
Oh wow. So do you know that they have bullying in the army? In
Mm-hmm.
some So yes, and so there's a form of bullying that they have in the army, and I'm glad that we're talking about this because there's a campaign out there that the army does that talks about stop bullying, and to hear it come from a 7-year-old, I hope that it would encourage leaders to do just like you did. When you see somebody being a bully that's picking on another person, another kid, or another adult, what do you think that we should do?
I think you should go tell that bully to stop bullying. Because if they keep on bullying, they're not doing the right thing. Then they might get too much of it. They might even kill you or make you bleed
Okay. Wow. Look,
or
ladies and
make you have
gentlemen,
to go to the hospital.
I am appalled by that. So there are some people, maybe at your school or different other schools, but even in the army, when they see this type of behavior, they don't say anything. Do you think that the people that don't say anything are they making the right decision or the wrong decision?
They would be doing the wrong decision because they should go help them. That's what they should do.
So I take it you're a helper. You like to help people.
I do.
Okay. So why? Why do you like to help people?
I like to help people because if I'm not helping people, I'm not being the rightful leader.
Wow. If you're not helping people, you don't think that you're being the right kind of leader. So if you see a friend of yours that's struggling, that really doesn't know how to read, or they can't get a math problem right, you're that type of friend or that type of leader that's gonna go and help your friend out.
Yes, sir. Unless it's like a test or something.
Unless it's like a
That's
test.
that because that's what I can't do. I
Okay. So you know that you can help them as long as it's not helping them pass a test, because that's called cheating, right?
yes, sir, and I don't like cheaters either.
Okay, you don't like cheaters either. So you prefer people to do it on their own with help.
I do. If if it's something that's not nothing other than a test, then they can't get it right. If it's not a test, like I am gonna help them because that's the right thing to do.
Okay,
And
go ahead.
no, you go. Okay.
So I'm gonna say something to you. What I'm hearing from you right now, I hope that stays with you when you grow up. And the reason I say that is because the world needs more people that think like JASIAH Sanders. And I'll tell you why. Because we have a lot of people, like I said earlier, that bully. We have a lot of people that don't like to help others. They just want to help themselves. But the world needs more people like you that's willing to help others. And sacrifice is big, because I'm pretty sure you probably sacrifice some time that you could be doing another lesson, or you could be doing something that you want to do, but you're sacrificing your time to go out and help others that are in need. And I want to tell you that when you get older, and even as you continue to grow, always keep that trait with you. Always keep that with you, because when you can go and help somebody else, I believe that's when you are demonstrating what true leadership is. True leadership is not always about helping yourself, but it's also about helping others as well. Wouldn't you agree?
I would.
Okay.
I really agree to that, because when I'm helping others, I feel like a real leader. I feel like a great leader.
Okay. Okay. So I want to talk to you about some things that's been going on in today's world, right? And I want to get your opinion on what do you think how we should behave ourselves as adults. So we have some things that have been going on that's kind of disturbing, right? And some of the things that we have that's been going on is that there was a major incident that happened in DC, right? And it seems like our country is very divided right now, whether it's politics, whether it's color, or whatever. If you could look in the camera and give a message to people to try to bring us together, what would your message be?
My message would be, everyone stop bullying, or you're gonna get it. You're not gonna be able to have anyone want to talk to you. No one's gonna want to talk to you no more. And plus, you're also doing the wrong thing if you're bullying.
Okay. So there's some mean people out there, and we understand that everybody's not gonna do the right thing. But for those individuals that would do the right thing, I remember one time you and I talked about love and peace. Why is love and peace so important in our country?
It's important in our country because if you don't, well, peace never really happens because somewhere in the world everyone's fighting. But love and peace matters in the world because if you don't have which, there's never peace. So it's never a good time.
So love and
But
peace matters.
yes, sir. But there's never peace. There's never peace in the world because every day someone's fighting.
Okay. What do you think? Okay, so let me ask you this question. What does real peace look like to you?
Real peace would be everyone's just stop fighting. Everyone saying they're sorry for when they were fighting in those horrible times. That
So
is peace to me.
so real peace to you is everybody stop fighting. And then what is real love to you?
Real love to me is when someone is taking care of someone for real, as in not giving them junk food all the time, and actually giving them vegetable beans and that stuff. I know a lot of kids out there that like eating the vegetables, but they eat them. They better eat them.
So you said love is taking care of a person, and you said, for example, not giving them bad stuff like junk food when they need. Like I'm like blown away about how you're answering these questions as a kid. Like, and that's a testament that goes to show that your dad and your parents are raising you in the right way, because you could have said anything, but real love to you is taking care of somebody else and giving them something that's good for them instead of bad. Like, I hope y'all are listening to this young man talk, because some of the things that he's saying is just like mind blowing. And I'm just blown away like that. I'm actually getting the opportunity to sit here and talk to you about some of the things and how you're carrying yourself. You're already demonstrating the characteristics of a good leader. And I genuinely hope that people watch this video. So if you're watching this, I need y'all to start sharing this right now, because this is a very important message that's coming from a 7-year-old child. So we're going to talk about some other stuff. Do you have any hobbies? I hear you are a TikToker.
I do like doing TikToks. Some of them are just for fun.
Okay, some are
But
just for
most
fun.
of them are motivation videos.
So wait a minute.
So
You're 7 years old and you're doing TikTok videos on motivation?
I do. So like I try to motivate the other kids that are TikTokers to actually do this stuff in the morning.
So do you so I don't know anything about TikTok. So you're gonna have to enlighten me on this. Like, so my team has been telling me I need to get a TikTok. Honestly, I'm like, I don't feel like I have that much time. But like, do you have people that can follow you, that can watch your videos?
Well, my mom doesn't really have TikTok, so I don't think she'd be able to. But my cousin, my two cousins that are TikTokers, that are actually quite viral on TikTok. Well, they actually do watch my videos. I know
Okay.
it because once Junior did a mock on one of my videos. Not I videoed.
So I guess the question I should ask, and maybe your dad can post it in the comments. If some people on here wanted to go and watch your TikTok videos, how could they find you?
They could find me by typing in 2 second motivation video with just
2-second motivation videos with JASIAH. Dad, if we got that wrong, we need Dad to type that in the comments. Okay, I think Dad just typed it. So if you want to follow,
of JASIAH.
is that it right there? 2 seconds with JASIAH?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are fellow TikTokers out there, make sure, I'm going to do a plug right now. Go and follow 2 seconds with JASIAH on TikTok. Now, you talked about motivation. You like to motivate other kids. Tell me about if you have one, what would be your favorite motivation video that you've done so far? Which one was it? You look like you got a lot.
It was actually get your day started because we got a day started because yesterday the day before that day, Dad told us we were going hiking. And then we did a motivation video saying get your day started, and we were on the mountains. going for a walk. And we were halfway to the top.
Okay, so we got Christopher Jackson just followed you on TikTok. So you're gonna make me go and get a TikTok page, a TikTok account, because I want to do this. So you do 2 seconds with JASIAH. How often do you do it? Do you do it every morning or every other day? Or how often do you do 2 seconds with JASIAH?
I do 2 seconds with JASIAH whenever my dad thinks of a 2-second motivation video, or I just feel like doing it for fun if I'm not in trouble.
Okay, so wow, I'm just trying to think. Like, so do you know that there's adults that wake up every morning that don't think about motivation? And here it is. We have a 7-year-old kid that does motivation videos on TikTok. Once again, if you have a TikTok page, go and follow him at 2 seconds with JASIAH. So we're getting ready to wrap this interview up, but I just got a couple more questions for you. So not only are you doing TikTok, 2 seconds with JASIAH, but what are some other hobbies that you like to do?
Some other hobbies I like to do is whenever I see someone in trouble, I like to help them, or whenever my dad is coughing, I ask him if he's okay, and if he tells me to go get some water, I'll go get him some water.
Okay, so we have another. So wait a minute, Sergeant Major Breckenridge, you have a TikTok? I am behind the power curve. So Command Sergeant Major James Breckenridge, he has another show called Break Time Broadcast, and he has a TikTok page, and the professional SGL does not have a TikTok page. So what I'm going to do is I am going to see if Sergeant Major Breckenridge, I always like to catch him at the last minute. I'm going to see if he's going to come on and kind of give me another explanation of what I know. Y'all, I just sent them the link. I know y'all gonna rag on me because I don't got a TikTok page, but I don't know. I've never had a TikTok page. So he said his TikTok is at MPSMAJ. That's his TikTok page. So we know you like to read. So I sent you the link if you're gonna come on here and talk about TikTok and just give this young man some. I'm just so blown away about the motivation piece. But you like to read. We also know that you like to TikTok. We know that you are yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's JASIAH, not JASIAH. I stand corrected. Yes. But we know you like to TikTok. We know you like to read. We know you like to study boxing, and you also like to help bullying. So I'm going to bring somebody on here that just jumped on, that he's a TikToker and he just followed you. So I want you to meet Command Sergeant Major James Breckenridge.
Hi, JASIAH. Hi, James, Mr. James Bicker.
It's okay, Mr. James is fine. It's a long name, so. No, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's been a pleasure and honor to listen to you and meet you, and I'm with you. We need to stop the pollution, so great job there, young man. And guess what? I just followed you on TikTok, okay?
I actually seen the chat.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing your 2 seconds with JASIAH. So very excited.
So I guess I'm behind the power curve, because if he has a TikTok and you have a TikTok, then something's not right.
Well, D, professional SGL, I have a TikTok. It's mainly for my dogs because my dogs are funny as can be. And it's my way of videoing them and doing funny random videos with them. So that's what my TikTok is about. It might expand to more, but right now it's focused on my dogs. And most people wonder, what does MPSMAG mean? Well, you know how we used to always call Sergeant Smudge in the old days. So I just thought of something funny. So MP Smudge is my handle. So yeah, it's just for my dogs though. But
so Sergeant Major, I'm going to ask you a question about JASIAH. Like listening to some of the things, like on a more serious note, listening to some of the things that he's talking about, for instance, for bullying. We're hearing this come from a 7-year-old kid, and like I was explaining to him, we deal with bullying in the military. So based on some of the things that he said, how would you like to see us as leaders translate what this kid told us tonight as leaders?
well, I would honestly say that everybody in the entire United States, not just in the military, everybody needs to have the kind heart that this young man has. Because, we're all born just like him with kindness, love, compassion in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow through time, through age, we grow and learn to have certain things in our minds about, I don't want to use too many big words, but there's just too many things that we grow up with. And the next thing you know, we are who we are at our age or as adults. But if we could just all have the kindness and compassion and love that this young man has, I think we would all be a better place. And I really do believe that, because when we're born, we love everybody, regardless of who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
So JASIAH. So when you talk about standing up to a bully, that takes courage, don't you think?
It does, and I have enough courage to take down that bully. I take that courage, put it in my mind, and then I just remember how to fight back. And that's also one of my affirmations. And then I will always fight back.
Well, listen, y'all. So Major, I thank you for jumping on, man. This by far has been the best show that I've ever had on NCOPD Live. So I'm sorry to say this, but SEAC Troxel, you've just been topped by JASIAH Sanders. So JASIAH, I'm gonna give you the floor. If there's anything that you would like to say to anybody that's watching, or if you want to say anything to your family that's watching, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to say some last words. So go ahead, sir.
So I actually wanted to say this to my family that's watching. That I was wanting to tell them that thank you for helping me get to this interview with those comments. Because I saw what they put in the chat. It actually made me feel better. That made me feel more confident.
Okay. So Major, is there anything you would like to say to JASIAH?
Heck yeah, I sure do. JASIAH, I'm going to tell you, you have a ton of courage. There are many people out there that couldn't do what you're doing right now, is to strap on a headphone and get on a camera and talk to thousands of people your message. So, young man, you have a bright future ahead of you. I'm extremely proud of you and your parents, because they're doing a great job raising a great young man. So keep up the great work. Remember, study hard, listen to your parents, and you're going to be great. So thanks for coming on. And Professional SGL, thanks for bringing me on. It was great to just sit back and listen. But you know what? If you're going to invite me on, you know I'm not going to pass an opportunity to be able to talk to a young man like this. Just a wonderful evening. So thank you very much, D. I appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate it, Sergeant Major. So JASIAH, so before we get off, man, I just wanted to tell you before I let you go that I am super proud of you for the person that you are, to come on to this platform and talk to us adults, because it's mostly adults that are watching this show. And I want you to always remember, like I told you earlier, don't change. Whenever you step up to bullies and you stand up to bullies, there's always going to be somebody that's going to not like what you're doing because they don't like it, because you're doing the right thing. And I want you to, I want you to remember the things that we talked about tonight, doing the right thing, making sure you be the right example, and always helping those other individuals. And if there's anything that you would ever like to talk about again, I'm going to tell you and your dad and my followers that you have an open invitation to come back on NCOPD Live. So I want to tell you thank you. I want to tell your dad thank you. Is your dad near? Is your dad near you?
He actually is in the living room.
Okay, because I was going to give him an opportunity. So, Dad, if you're watching, if you want to come on camera real quick and come on and express some love and you know, some gratitude for what your son did today, we'll sit back and we'll let you come on for a second, man. Mike is yours if you want to come. Oh, we can hear you.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry about that. Good job, buddy. You want to show him your handshake before you get on?
Oh, he got a handshake?
Oh, you want to show you his handshake? He got it off of he got it off of Spider-Man. You gotta hold it up. Ready?
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Bro, I just want to tell you, thank you so very much for having him on here. Like, he's been talking about this thing since you talked to him. He's been definitely, so as I kind of explained to you, like, it's discipline first. You know what I mean? Before anything, before, you know, the platforms and the videos and even sometimes, like, he just want to come home and look at theories and how animals, he loves learning. And if it's not a practice of some sort, right? Like managing his responsibilities, sometimes I take some of that stuff away from him. But I'm learning, just sitting through this video, I'm learning that, you know, perhaps Daddy has it wrong and not JASIAH, you know? And so I really appreciate this video because, you know, just sitting back, I learned a lot, bro. I learned a lot.
Yeah. Man, listen, so first and foremost, I want to tell you thank you for even, because some parents wouldn't allow their kids to be exposed to social media like this, and I mean this in the lowest humility as I could possibly talk. This platform is huge. It's going to be thousands of people are going to see this video, and some parents, and I understand why, some parents wouldn't allow their children to be shared like that with the world. So, but first and foremost, I want to thank you. But then, man, I want to. And I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you on camera, man, to see that there are still parents out there that's teaching and training their children positive things in life at an early age. Because at my early age, I'm gonna tell you, and I love the way my grandparents raised me, because I wouldn't be who I am today. But all I knew was church and school, right? But to see a parent out there, and then everything that's going on with young men of color, to see a father and a mother out there that's raising their son in the manner of which you all are raising him. And I'm pretty sure I would be surprised if there's anybody that's watching this that feels differently. It does my heart joy to see that there's parents out there that still care about that foundation, because that's what they're gonna need to hold them when they get old. Yo, I asked this kid if he could change anything right now at his age. He didn't say anything about more snacks. He didn't say anything about more video games, more recess time. He said he would change air pollution. This is coming from a 7-year-old kid. That is definitely a reflection of his parents, man. So kudos to you, man.
And professional SGL, I have to tell you, brother, like, I would love to take, credit for that. I would love to, but that's not me. And then to be honest with you, his mom has had an amazing impact on his life as well, but that's really just JASIAH. I don't even know what this passion for air pollution has developed, but that's been his thing. He is going to change air pollution. That is his thing, and I couldn't be any more proud. I don't know where it came from, but I'm glad it's that over some of the alternatives that are out there.
Yes, and especially at this age. I mean, who knows? We could be looking at the future EPA director. Like who knows?
Exactly.
We could be looking at the future EPA director. So, man, thanks for having him on. And ladies and gentlemen, listen. Once again, go share this video in so many forums, and maybe that there was something that was said tonight that other parents can share with their children. It doesn't mean that kid is better than you, but yours. But hey, reach one, teach one, each one. So definitely shout out to him. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, that's been another great episode. And if don't go nowhere, man, I still got Sergeant Major Breckenridge in the back, so we got a couple of admin notes. Please, I need to get your address because I got something I want to send him. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's been another great episode of NCOPD Live. Listen, don't forget Saturday Morning Sizzler this Saturday on the Saturday Morning Sizzler page. So we no longer host it on NCOPD Live. If you haven't liked and followed the Saturday Morning Sizzler page, just in the search box, Saturday Morning Sizzler. This week, we have a special guest that's going to be coming on, and we're going to be talking about generational curses and subtitles. So make sure you tune in at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, 12 high noon Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. Once again, hey, y'all know the motto. If you see something wrong and you fail to do something about it, then you have just created a new standard. And at the end of the day, their issue is never with you, but their issue is always with the standard. This has been yours truly, Staff Sergeant Hicks, hashtag the professional SGL, along with my special guest tonight, the one and only JASIAH. Thank you, man, for correcting me. JASIAH Sanders. Until next week, Wednesday. Well, Saturday, I'll be on camera on Saturday, but until next week, Wednesday, we'll see you all. I'm not going to even play the long video. I'm just going to play the 30-second outro because I'm ready to get him back on camera. Y'all have a good night. We'll be talking to y'all soon.